Hey, I'm Ghosty, and I just woken up and found out about this, and I had to make this immediately. Um, I've learned about the saddening passing of Kevin Conroy, and all I really have to say is my condolences and rest in peace to the king himself. If you don't know who Mr. Conroy was, he was an American actor and voice actor, and he made it iconic because mostly famous for what I knew him for as well, and what I loved him for was that he was the voice for the Batman. And if you've been on the channel or watched any of my videos at all, really, you would know that I'm a massive fan of Batman. The world, the mythos, the character, the lore, literally everything from start to finish of that involves Batman, I love. And Kevin Conroy made it that impactful for me, and he was iconic. He was the voice, the best voice for Batman that there's ever been. And I don't think there's any doubting that or any going against that. It's more than a fact and an opinion now, and it's been so long. And to hear that the voice has faded away and he's now gone is just really upsetting. I'm not sure if I mentioned him previously on any video. I know I played Arkham games and talked about the animated series probably here and there, or maybe the Injustice games, or any movie at all really, any show. But I wanted to at least mention him and make a video and make sure he's known and he's on the channel. Unfortunately, it has to be in this way, but I had to regardless. And even though it is a big loss for the comic book community, it's even bigger for the voice acting community, as he's done way more than just comic book stuff and Batman stuff. He's done work in The Office, he's done work in Scooby-Doo stuff, The Venture Bros, Killer Instinct, even Turbo Fast, Ben 10. But again, for what I know him for and I love him for, and what he's most known for, is the voice of Batman. So to know that he's gone and we won't be hearing any more of that, of the Batman that we all know by now and love, it's very upsetting, and I'm not sure what else to say. Kind of at a loss for words. This may not be ringing a bell to everyone, so if you want to join in and mourn with everyone else that's been doing so, if you've ever watched the animated series, if you've ever watched pretty much any animated Batman film or DC film, if you've ever played the Arkham games, that is the Batman that is now gone, unfortunately. And just sharing so you can get a sense of what's going on, really. But even besides all of that, and besides his career, obviously I can't relate to anyone that personally knew him because I didn't, but he seemed like a very genuine, just great person himself, which is, again, just very upsetting, and I'm probably embracing the negative emotions out of this, but it's the truth, and that's what it is. And another thing that comes with his life was earlier this year he actually released his own little story, his own little comic story about his own life, and actually reflecting it and having parallels to Batman, and the story was called Finding Batman. And he went over his life and his experience as a gay man, because he was. And it was so wholesome and awesome to see everyone so welcoming and with open arms towards him when he released this, because I'm sure it must have been a lot of pressure on him, and I'm very glad he was able to do this before he passed, and actually get out there and be himself. And also thanks to that, we knew him for who he was and what he was. So I'm glad he got to be able to be himself, and we knew him for himself as well. So I hope we're all grateful for that, but I think that's all I have to say myself. If you've watched this far into the video and you're hearing me talk now, please, if you don't mind, feel free to share your favorite Conroy moment, whether it be from the Arkham games, animated series, Batman Beyond, Public Enemies, no matter what it is, feel free to share if you want to. But for me, I think that's all I have to say, and yeah, that's it. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy, and goodbye.